Uh, this is a disclaimer which I wrote on my blog in 2016, and I request you to go to subramani.com to read all my disclaimers, because first of all, I don't think I owe you a disclaimer, but I still keep giving disclaimers saying that I don't want you to think that I run a PMS and for that I'm trying to solicit business. So when you write into me, I'm not recommending a product to you. I don't want to do anything of that sort. I'm not selling anything to you. I know many CEOs of many mutual funds, many good friends, some whose products I will not recommend, some whose products I would love to recommend. So I don't recommend anything at all. This is more on the lines of Plato, right? Not on the lines of Socrates. This is just meant to provoke you. It is meant to excite you. It is meant to make you think, whatever it is. But it is not a PMS service. Don't think that by reading my tweets and by reading my blog and watching my videos, you can manage your portfolio. Please, you can't. It is a far more difficult process. Just because, let's say I told you to buy a particular share and that share went up, it does not mean your financial planning is over. Financial planning is much, much bigger than just picking up some random shares here and there, and which may actually work. You have to have your plan, you have to have your asset allocation, you have to still go and buy equity. If you are buying equity, you need to understand sizing, you need to understand creating a portfolio, right? You have to understand risk, you have to understand all that. You also have to know that some companies can give poor service and still do well. Some companies can give great service like Jet Air or a Kingfisher and still go down. Some companies can sell cancer and still make a lot of money for the shareholders, right? So all these kinds of things happen, and all these things are a reality. Then there is a government, then there is a regulator. So once in a while I meet a person in the real world or even in the digital world who scares me, because I would have gone to his office, done a training 15 years back or 20 years back and showed him how Tata Power is a great buy at 100 rupees. Remember, it was a 100 rupee share. And how with the 7% dividend, you were getting 7% dividend yield, which was being taxed in the hands of the company. So it was tax free in your hands. And how it is a great buy, because even after 3 years, if the price reaches 200, it would still be a great buy, because you've got that 24% plus this 7%, so you got 31%. Now this happened, yes, this happened long ago, maybe 2002, 2003, and this person will come and say, I bought Tata Power and I made a lot of money. Now this is very scary. I was just giving an example. So similarly, Tata Power recently at 30 rupees was again, I was giving that as an example to somebody, saying why when you're buying options, you have to be far more careful of a share which has already fallen rather than a share which is high. And this fellow went and bought Tata Power again at 30 rupees. And he is now sitting on good money and saying, I listen to you. You listen to me wrong. This is like if I tell somebody that Bannari Amman Sugar is a good share to buy, and he does not understand the whole thing. He goes and buys shares in Bannari Amman Spinning and still makes money. That is just proof that the market is bullish on everything, right? Like that company called Signal, which has got nothing to do with the app. It went from 60 cents to $89 and now it is down to $9. It's still up, right? So these kind of things happen in the market. I'm not here to take responsibility for what happens in the market, but you need to understand that I've been in the market for a very long period of time, 40 years plus as of now. So if you think that you can watch my videos and create your own portfolio, like some of these shares which I mentioned, you could be dramatically wrong. It is just an attempt to provoke you to think more on, like I said, more on lines of Plato. It is a place where you will read about investment. I write about investments, investing, running, philosophy, parenting, compounding process, and those kind of things. And I've been writing for the last 12 years. This is the 13th year running, so please go and read my blog. There are stuff on all this kind of stuff. Obviously the only person who is responsible for content is myself. I don't let anybody else write. I mean, stray articles here and there I've written on general insurance, which I have taken help of somebody, and I do not claim that I'm right. I do not claim you will like what you read. I do not claim that I have never made mistakes. I can only say where I've made mistakes, I've lost less, and where I've got it right, I've made more. I made enough to be able to talk to the industry on my terms rather than suck up to the industry. I don't need to suck up to any industry, whether it is the manufacturing or whether it is the distribution. It is completely your call as to how much to read, how much to understand, how much to interpret, how much of my videos to watch. But if I had a time machine, I would have gone and maybe done some things differently, but it doesn't matter. What I did does not really matter for you, because if you ask me, is Nestle worth buying at 18,000, I'll come up with something like, I bought it for 50 rupees. It does not matter at all for you. My history doesn't matter. I can tell you what I did in the past. I can keep talking about it for the next 100 years. For you, that is useless. You have to decide what you want to do now. My past does not help you, and whatever I say, whether it is on YouTube, whether it is on Twitter, whether it is on Facebook, you may also see me write articles for a couple of newspaper magazines. Some people pay money and therefore I write. Some people take articles from my blog without paying me money. That's also fine by me. But I don't write for somebody who does not pay, right? Or when I say XYZ brokerage is growing at a fantastic pace, I'm not saying go and open an account there. I'm just saying it is growing at a fantastic pace. That's about all. Any mention, tweets, retweets are not endorsement, but it could be endorsement. So I'm not even saying I owe you explanations of what I will do, what I will not do. I don't take money and write. So nobody, if I take money and write, it is for writing for a particular magazine. If I am ghost writing for some CEO or something, I take money, but my name doesn't appear. So I do all kinds of writing. And one thing which is very difficult for you maybe to even believe is, I'm not trying to sell anything here, not even my books. My books are being sold by my publisher. It is completely incidental that these books are kept here. If you buy them, that's great. I can tell you one thing, if you know the publishing industry, it is not the author who makes money on these books. Yes, authors make some money. I mean, my Retire Rich book is sold close to 2 lakh copies. Yes, of course I made some money, but no, money making in the markets is far easier to make money by doing sales and by AUM gathering rather than by writing, teaching, training, etc. But I do it. I thoroughly enjoy my training. I'm looking forward to all the trainings that I do, whether it is online or offline. In fact, I'm looking forward more to my offline training than to my online, simply because I meet a lot of interesting people. Yes, I meet a lot of scary people also who come and tell me, oh, I saw I bought Coromandel International, or I sold EID Parry or something like that. Please don't do it. I have tons of Coromandel and EID Parry. I may go short, I may go long, I may be doing anything. And whatever I tell you on a Friday evening, I may be doing it ulta on a Monday morning. And if you don't know what I am doing, if you do not know when I am going to sell, you should not be buying when I am buying. Please be careful. It's your money. I just have the pleasure of posting these videos, right? Thank you.